Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, we've got pickups for June. Not a massive amount, what have I got? 8 or 9 games. So yeah, not a massive amount, but some good stuff in here. I'm happy with it anyway. Some nice pickups. So yeah, last video I said we're going to be working to like a hit list of my top 5 games for each system. That's what we're going to be aiming to pick up from. And I think I've pretty much stuck to it, to be honest with you. I did mention there's going to be exceptions. So, you know, there is a couple of exceptions, which we'll get to. And I had one in the post before I started. So we'll start with that. Yeah, and I also got a peripheral. For a change, I bought a light gun. Yeah, Atari 7800. Needed a light gun for it, because basically all the games I won on the 7800, barring maybe 3 or 4, are light gun games. They're the ones I've got really fond memories of. So yeah, needed a light gun. And it's really actually quite cool, is that? You can see up at the top there, like nice ridge on it and stuff. Back on the aim looks cool as shit. So yeah, nice little gun. For some reason, I always thought these were black. I could have sworn I had like a black gun for my Atari 7800. But as far as I could tell, it's only this gun that works on it, so I must be mistaken. I had other guns lying around the house as well, you see. So I had like Commodore 64 light guns, I had the Defender, what else did I have? The Cheetah. So, you know, I had lots of different guns. But yeah, I could have sworn my Atari gun was black. Can't for the life of me find another gun that's compatible with Atari though, so it must have been this one. And it does, now I've looked at it and I've played with it, it does look familiar and feel familiar. But yeah, anyway, cool as fuck, I really like it. Nice little gun. We've got to get a gun in there every month. Won't be a pickups video without a new light gun. I have got another one as well though. Anyway, on with the show. So yeah, there was one game I already had in the post before we started going off my hit list. So I'll show you that one first. Virtua Racing. Now, not massively been chasing after this one, but this was dirt cheap. It was just over a tenner. So, you know, I won't complain at that. And it's got the hang tab. The box is in really nice condition. Pretty much every copy of this you see is mounted in some way or other, whether it's a knackered hang tab or corners missing off the box, or this top hanger on the cartridge here, that snaps off quite easily. I've seen loads with that snapped off. So yeah, I bought it mainly because it was cheap and it had a nice complete box. It does have a really nice insert and a nice manual too, so you know, bonuses all around. It's in really good condition. It's definitely a keeper for me. And it is a game I do want to own and wanted to play. I didn't just buy it because it was cheap. But yeah, saw it, thought, yeah, I'm having that while it's cheap and it's in the condition I want. So I've not got out of playing that one yet actually. I've played most of these, but I ain't got out of playing this one. But yeah, that's the only one that's like not part of the hit list or the exceptions, and it's because I bought it before now. Other than that, I've been really good. I have stuck to my hit list, pretty much. So yeah, I'm happy. Just had to go open the door. It's hot as balls in here today. It's really muggy day today, it really is. It's not even sunny out, but it's so fucking hot. So I have a new cap as well. My wife made me it. So, some of you'll probably know my wife, she's in the printing business. She makes sports gloves, basically. And yeah, someone asked for cap. So she bought a new cap press and she wanted to test it out. So she made me this, which I thought was pretty cool. I really like the MB hook part on the back as well, because I wear my caps backward. Right, next one then. This is an exception. And I kind of already ordered it before I decided to go on with my hit list, but it's on my exceptions anyway. It's a light gun game. I've already said I'm really enjoying playing light gun games. If I see them at a good price, I'm buying them. It's as easy as that. But this is a bit of a difference, is this one. So I don't actually own this system yet. I am planning on buying one, but the one I want isn't the cheapest, and it'll need modifying and repairing because they all need bits and bats doing to them. So, you know, I'm in no mad rush to get it, but I saw this in good condition. I thought, I'm fucking having that. I know I'm going to buy the system in the future. And this is one of my favourite games for the system. So, we have Mad Dog McCree, the big box version for the CDI. Really, really nice condition. I'll put some footage in. I'll do it for all the games because I can't be arsed opening them, so I'll just take some footage and I'll splice it in. But yeah, really nice condition this. It does have a little bit of warping on the front cover, but other than that, I mean, all the edges are nice and straight, and it's just lovely. And it's two birds with one stone. There's only two versions of the Peacekeeper. There's this one, comes with this, and there is another one that comes in a standard box, but my god, that one's hard to find. The gun itself, it's not that common. It's a lot more common than the 3DO gun, even though it's pretty much the same gun. But still, you know, it's not easy to find. So yeah, and it's really lovely artwork in it. It's just such a smart box, is that. I really like it. One of my favourite light gun games on the system. I think there's only about 7 or 8, is there, from memory? I don't know. I don't think I ever really showed videos of it over the years, but I used to have CDI, 3DO set up. I had all sorts of, you know, throughout my collecting history. And I had pretty much all the CDI games at one point. I had stacks and stacks and stacks of them. There were a few that I were missing, but, you know, I wasn't even aware of what the full set was. But looking through a list of them, like later on in years, there were a few that I were missing, but not many. But I had all the light gun games, and I really enjoyed it. I preferred it to the 3DO. There's not much in it. The gun is pretty much exactly the same, but I always just preferred the CDI to the 3DO. I am contemplating getting both. We'll have a see. We'll see what sort of space I've got in my setup. I can stack them on top of each other. I could even put my CDI with... Eventually I'm going to get a separate stereo system, so I could put my CDI with that. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to get one of the separate size ones. So yeah, really smart that. Won't be getting played for quite a while. I've got other priorities over getting a CDI in my system set up. So, you know, but one I'm definitely going to get round to at some point, and a system I am going to own, just for the light gun games basically. I doubt I'll buy any of the others. Trying to think, is there any other games I enjoyed on the CDI that weren't light gun games? The odd game was alright, but there's better versions of most of them available, so I'll probably just buy it just for the light gun game, in all honesty. But it's worth owning for me just for that. Right, so yeah, again, I'd kind of ordered that about the day before I decided I was doing the hit list. Made my hit list, should I say. So, you know, it was an exception, but it was a pre-order. Right, messy time now. I've got a stack of games here. I'm going to put them in some sort of order. Or are they already in some sort of order? They're all for different systems anyway. So I'll put a timestamp down at the bottom so you know what system the games are for. Oh, that don't interest you, like current gen, just skip past it. It's as easy as that. But we are starting with, and these originally weren't on my hit list, but I did decide, you know what, let's get some PS4 and PS5 on my hit list too. It's only 5 games for each system. And this game is one I've really been wanting to buy. I didn't pick it up on PS4 because I always thought I'll buy the PS5 version of that when my PS5 gets set up. And I'd totally forgotten all about it. So the only dilemma I had was, do I buy this version of Dead Island 2, which is just the bog standard Day 1 edition, or do I buy the Hell A edition, which is like a cool collector's edition? And I looked at the size of the collector's edition, and it's like, it's this way up for a start, and then it's like a weird shape, weird size, and I'm just like, I'm not into that. It pisses me off when they don't just fit on my shelves. And that, I know that might sound daft, but it puts me off collector's editions. If they're not like similar size to a normal game and I've got to get a separate shelf for them, it just pisses me off. It's hard to get the space as it is. You know, I don't want to waste a big chunk of my room just showing special editions, because I put them all in cupboards anyway. You don't see my games. This is closed 99% of the time. So yeah, anyway, really enjoyed the first game. Thought it was absolutely brilliant. And from reviews I made at the time, yeah, this is just more of the same. Running around, aimlessly killing zombies. Brilliant stuff. I know there is missions and, you know, there's a point to it, but basically just a first person perspective, running around killing zombies. Making mad weapons, brutal stuff. It's just this. It's good fun. Good zombie slaying fun. So yeah, that was top of my hit list for the PS5, so I went straight for that one. Right, next up we have... Oh, we've got an exception next. once a month there will be a game that is for Steve's PS1 Racing Game Challenge. That was a mouthful today for some reason. This month we've got Colin McRae Valley 2. So, couldn't resist. Doing a white label copy. I love these things. I don't know what it is about them, I just absolutely love them. I always did back when I was like mad into collecting. I just love the white spines. And you get 2 games for the space of 1. Can't complain. In all honesty, I doubt I'll ever play No Fear downhill mountain biking, but it is what it is. The collector in me loves these damn things. I prefer them to the normal black label copies. So yeah, I had to buy it. It was more expensive than a black label copy of Colin McRae Valley. Colin McRae Valley's about, what, 6-7 quid all day long. I think this one knocking on for 20 quid. So yeah, the collector in me cost me money. But lovely condition, really nice, really minty. I have had a quick blast on it, and my god is it harder than I remember. There's controls that are slippy and slidey as hell. Played this to death back in the day. I played more of the first one, but I did play a lot of this one too. And I don't remember the controls being that slippy and slidey. I remember just being able to like link drifts into corners really easily and it feeling really natural. So I don't know if it's just because I've come from a game that's not got that sort of controls. What did I play last racing game wise? I played Pole Position 2 last on the Atari 7800, so yeah, that don't count really. I can't think what I played last, but anyway, the controls were nothing like this. Slip-sidey all over the place. I'll settle down with it, I'll have a few hours with it, and it'll start feeling natural again, it'll start linking up again. It always does, doesn't it? The more you play a game, the better the feel. So yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into that one when I've got a bit of time. See if I can do a decent run. So at the minute, I'm nowhere near a decent run. Absolutely shocking. I was nearly 4 minutes. I only had one quick blast on it, like, but I was nearly 4 minutes and it went all over the place. I was like, fucking hell. Crashing left, right, centre. But yeah, quality game is that one. Colin McRae Valley 2. So looking forward to getting some time into that one. Next up, we are on, I think all of these are on my top 5 hit lists now. Yeah, all of mine. So they're the only exceptions, once I'm sure. So, this is only the second game I have for this system. There's not that many games I actually want for the system. We're talking Nintendo GameCube now. So I've got a few that I really enjoyed back in the day. I loved them to bits. But for the most part, any game that released on PS2, I prefer the PS2 version. I've got better memories with the PS2 versions. I prefer the PS2 controller. So when it's a multi-system release, I'm going to be getting the PS2 version. So that narrows down what there is that I want on the GameCube a hell of a lot. Because a lot of games I did play back in the day, I've played the PS2 versions as well and prefer the PS2 version. But there is still some amazing games on there, games I love to bits, and this one is one of them. So Luigi's Mansion. This was probably the first game I played, if I remember rightly. I think I pre-ordered, what do you call it, Double Dash set. And when I went down to pick it up, they'd sold all the Double Dash GameCube sets. And they only had a standard one with Luigi's Mansion. And I was kicking off like crazy because I'd pre-ordered one. And in the end, I walked out with the GameCube with Luigi's Mansion. And I was getting a copy of Double Dash the day after. And I got a nice copy as well, you know, the one with the gold sleeve on it. But yeah, I had some right arguments that day. Anyway, I was really happy actually that I got Luigi's Mansion because I probably wouldn't have picked it up, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favourite games on the system. I've played through it 3 or 4 times now, so yeah, really enjoy it. Chucked it in the other night and slipped straight back into it. It's so cool, it handles amazingly, and yeah, it's just a cool little game. It really is cool. And it's one of those games as well where you don't have to finish it 100% to beat it, but there's stuff that you can do, you know, to get 100%. So yeah, my kind of game. I like going back and finding all the little hidden bits and bats and stuff like that. Really enjoy it. Great game. Looking forward to putting some time into that one actually. I might chuck this on after this video and carry on with it. Because I only had like an hour on it, so yeah. Great game, great game. Like I said, there's not that many GameCube games I want. The ones I do want are kind of expensive though. I think that's only my second GameCube game, to be honest. What have I got? I think I've got Metroid Prime. Can't remember if I've got the first one or the second. But yeah, I think I've got Metroid Prime and that's it. And just the Game Boy Advance player disc, that's it. So yeah, I've only got 2 games on GameCube so far. In all honesty, the GameCube for me is mainly a way to play Game Boy Advance games on the TV. It is, it always will be. The fact that there's a few fun games on there as well is just a little bit of a bonus. Right, still kind of modern now. We have got PS3. And this is one of my all-time favourite games on PS3. So I don't know why it's taken me this long to pick it back up. Because I have been collecting with PS3 for a few years now. I know I've only been back on YouTube for a little while, but before I got back into the retro stuff as well, I was buying PS3 like a madman, in all honesty. I've got that little cupboard to the left of my TV that's full of PS3 pretty much. Yeah, and I love this game, and I don't know why I haven't got around picking it up. But anyway, I have now. We have got Time Crisis: Rising Storm. Brilliant, brilliant shooter. I absolutely love this one. And it's got Time Crisis 4 on it as well. So, you know, because the original Time Crisis 4 you could only play with the G-Con 3, I believe. Can't remember. I haven't bought that back yet. It's quite pricey nowadays. About 100 quid with the G-Con. But the Move controller, in my opinion, is better than the G-Con 3. If you've got the little gun attachment, where is it? Wait a minute. Jump cut while I get the little gun attachment. Yeah, this thing handles really, really well. I've got that annoying strap on it for some reason. Yeah, this handles awesomely for this sort of game. Just like that. The only thing it's missing is a reload button. It is kind of annoying having a reload on this game because you've got to use X or the move button to reload, which means holding it like that, and it's kind of awkward. Your thumb kind of has to slip up on it. So it is missing that, like, you know, G-Con reload button from the bottom. The G-Con 2, in my opinion, is the perfect fucking light gun. It's so brilliant, it's so comfortable. That reload function is amazing. Best gun. But this is pretty damn good. And for most of the PS3 light gun games, the fact that you don't have that button down there doesn't matter, because most of them are either shoot off the screen or infinite ammo. So the other game, the game I enjoyed most on this, in all honesty, Dead Storm Pirates. Absolutely love that game, and that's infinite ammo. You don't have to reload or all like that. So it doesn't matter, you're just aiming and shooting. You don't need that extra button down there. And yeah, it's quite good, this. It feels functional, it's really, really accurate as long as you calibrate it right. Brilliant fun to play with. Absolutely love it. So yeah, this was one of my top games I wanted to buy back. Again, it's only a cheap game. I paid some a note for it. I don't know why it's taken me so long to buy it back, in all honesty. It's always been there at the front of my mind as well, that, oh, I need to buy that back. And I just haven't done. Mental. Anyway, we've got it now. It's there. Right, all the stuff now. We've got some old shit now. We're going to start with the NES. Yeah. Someone on eBay selling some nice NES games, and I couldn't resist. I ended up buying 2 off him. I wasn't sure whether I was going to buy these at one point. So first one we got off him was Mega Man 2. Absolutely lovely condition. Again, I'll clip some footage in. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure whether I was going to buy these or not, because I have them on PS4. And I know it's not the same for most people, but I never played these back in the day. I've got no nostalgia for them at all whatsoever. The first time I played a Mega Man game was actually on PS1. So for me, Mega Man, in my mind, I associate it with PlayStation. So playing the earlier games, like Mega Man 1 to 5 on the PS4, it doesn't feel out of place to me because I've never really played them on NES until later on. So, you know, I wasn't sure whether I was going to buy these back. But I decided, you know what, let's just do it. Let's get the authentic experience. And playing it on NES compared to the PS4, yeah, I kind of do prefer it, I must admit. So I'll probably be buying all the Mega Man games again for the NES. So we'll go down that route again. Gets a bit pricey. They're not ridiculous price like on the Game Boy, thank fuck. The Game Boy games, which I do want, some of them are like 4 figures, you know, £1.50. ridiculous money. So yeah, at least these are like under 3 figures generally, or around that much. I can't remember how much I paid for this one. Don't remember. 40-ish, 45, somewhere around that. Quite cheap, and it's in really nice condition. So, you know, can't complain. Yeah, had a quick blast on it, got my ass handed to me. I haven't had much time for gaming, in all honesty, recently. And when I have been, I've been playing that. I've been well hooked on Dead Storm Pirates again. Absolutely loving it. But yeah, I have had a good blast on it. Beat a few of the levels, but nowhere near beating the game yet. But yeah, so I'll put some more time into it when I've got a bit more time. So in summer, I just don't have a right lot of time, in all honesty. I've just got so much going on. Like, I had a massive fence to put up in the field, like 170 metres or something like that. And it's only a mesh fence, just to stop like the dog getting out under the bushes and stuff. But still, all the posts were driving, fuck arsing around with all the mesh, had to trim all the bushes, all that sort of shit, so I could fit the mesh in where I wanted it. So, you know, it just takes a lot of time. And there's always loads of jobs to do in summer. Wife wanted a greenhouse putting up and all, so I had to put a base in for a bloody greenhouse, and then that were a bastard to assemble. If anyone's never assembled a greenhouse, just don't. What a fucking nightmare that thing was. What awkward as hell. And I'm good at that sort of shit as well, you know, like DIY kind of stuff. That thing proper fried my brain, did that. Anyway, enough about shit I've got to do outside of gaming. Basically, I ain't had much time to play. So, I have had a quick blast on it, but I ain't had enough time to sink into it and properly give it a good go. But I enjoyed what I played of it, and yeah, I do prefer it to playing on PS4. Apart from the fact when you play on PS4, you can just carry on from where you left off. You know, it's convenience in it, that sort of thing. Right, the same seller also had my most wanted NES game for sale. So I bought it. Yeah, nice. Probotector. Probably one of the best NES games in my opinion. Contra, if you're American. Love this game a bit. Can't remember if I've beaten it or not. I'm pretty sure I have, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember like the last level sort of thing. So I remember it alternating. I remember your first levels. I've replayed it recently. I only had a quick blast on it after I cleaned it. But I got to the waterfall level where you're climbing up the hill on my first go. And I remembered it not being that hard a game. So I think I have beaten it, in all honesty. I mean, it's like 5 or 6 levels, isn't there, from memory? But everyone always says how hard it is. And I don't remember thinking it was that hard when I played it. So I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played it, so, you know. At one point I had quite a sizable NES collection. I've had boxed collections, I've had cart-only collections. Pretty much every time I have owned a NES and games, I've had Probotector and played it and enjoyed it. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've beaten it, to be honest with you. It's my cup of tea as well. It's like straight up the sort of game I just play to death. So yeah, looking forward to getting some more time into this one as well. Really good fun, handles really well. Excellent stuff, man. The only bits I weren't too keen on this game are the, like, you know, the front-facing levels where you got to shoot like the drone guns that are facing you. I don't know what they'd call them. Is it like base level or something like that? I can't remember. But you're shooting forwards rather than side-scrolling. I always thought they handled awkwardly. They're still alright, they're not particularly hard. I just felt like they were a bit of a chuck-in on the NES. So when you play on SNES, on Super Probotector, it feels better, it feels more natural. But on this, it doesn't feel like you're aiming where you're shooting, and the enemies seem to be shooting at a weird angle towards you, and it's hard to dodge the bullets. But yeah, great game anyway. Really enjoyed this one. And yeah, looking forward to getting some real time stuck into it. I'm really happy to have it back in my collection, that one. Really am. So, last one now. Yeah, going old school. So we're going back to the Atari 2600, which I know I don't own one, but I can play them on my 7800. And there's a handful of games that I think I might enjoy. So I'm going to be picking the odd one up here and there. I say a handful, there's probably about 30, 35 games that I think, you know what, that looks alright, I'm going to give it a shot. And this one, I really enjoyed. I've been playing quite a lot of it. So, you know, it's worth it, isn't it? Not an expensive one, not a rare one, Space Invaders. And in all honesty, far, far from the best version of Space Invaders, probably the worst version of Space Invaders. But really good fun, I really did just get stuck straight into it. And I was just happy playing it for hours on end. So yeah, out of all these games here, I think this is the one I've put the most time into. And it's just, I like stuff like this. It's a time killer. I can put it on and I just don't realise that I'm, you know, wasting time away. It just happens. Time just passes by when I'm playing games like this. And I'm not even that good at Space Invaders either. But I think I got to like round 5 or something like that. I think that was the furthest I got. So, you know, not very good at all. And I found the controls a bit sticky. With the 7800 pad, my buttons need sorting out. So the pressure parts underneath on the rubbers, I think they've all worn away. So how I fix the pressure pads is, get that sticky aluminium tape, and I get a hole punch, and I just punch a load of them bits out of it. And then I get the bits that I've punched, the holes, and I stick them onto the pads, and then they work perfectly fine. So yeah, quick tip for you, if you're wanting to know how to repair them. But yeah, I need to do that with my 7800 pads, because it sticks when I'm pressing left, and then I'm like, fucking hell, and I end up getting shot. But yeah, really enjoyed this one, played the shit out of it. I wasn't sure, there's 2 versions of this, and I wasn't sure like, if one of them's PAL and one of them in, or whatever. So I've got the one, as you've probably just seen, it's just got the writing on the cartridge rather than the picture. And that is the PAL version from what I can tell. It's got a P on the top there, so, you know, it is PAL. But the box and the manual seem to be the same, whether it's the art cartridge or the printed lettering cartridge. So yeah, I don't know which is which. I don't know much about Atari in all honesty. I'm just buying games that I like the look of. And I think, for the most part, all American games work on PAL systems from memory, because I have owned Atari collections in the past. I've had quite sizable collections. And I have had NTSC games and they do work, but from memory into something where the colours are different, something like that. But then if you go the other way, I don't think PAL games work on NTSC systems. I think they can freak out and cause all sorts of messing about. But I think we get them at a play, they just don't display the right colours, something like that. Anyway, this displays all the right colours, it plays perfectly. So definitely a PAL version, even though the cartridge, I don't think it has any markings to say PAL. Like, most of them have got like a little sticker, or they've got like an E before the code. So, you know, there is ways of identifying them, isn't there? But anyway, in all honesty, I don't care whether it's PAL or NTSC, as long as it's playable. Yeah, really enjoyed playing it. Anyway, that's it, that's the last game this month. A couple more in the post already. Did I buy something else? I'm looking up there, I think they're all Blu-rays. No, they're all Blu-rays. I've got other stuff I've bought, Blu-rays and shit like that. But yeah, that's it for games. That is it for games. Yeah, game room update. I'm going to do a game room update video as well, but to be honest with you, I've not done a right lot this month. I've bought bits and bats. I ain't even got around to doing them yet, so where is it? Wait a minute. Ugh. So I bought this thing, put it the right way up, OSSC thing. I didn't even have a chance to plug it in yet, I've been that busy. On top of that, what else did we get? I got my Atari 7800 composite modded. Of course, the image on that was shocking, it really was, really bad. And it didn't work very well with my Sony CRT. So yeah, I sent it off to Retro Repair Bear. She done a composite mod and changed all caps in it as well, so I'll give it a full service. So that's working spot on now. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that service. Definitely will use her again. I'm already lining them up for a few more repairs that I want doing. Well, repairs, modifications. And yes, I am a qualified electronics engineer. Yes, I could modify these systems myself. But I don't have a really nice soldering iron. The iron I've got is suitable for fucking... yeah, it's more of a welder than a fucking soldering iron, it's huge. I don't care for soldering in all honesty anymore. I'm not that bothered for electronics. It's not something I'm passionate about. So for the price of sending it away and getting it done properly, instead of buying the right gear to do it, so like I ain't got an oscilloscope, all like that, I I ain't got a decent soldering setup or a desoldering setup. So, you know, by the time I bought all that, I'd rather just pay someone to do it, in all honesty. A, it's time. B, I'm lazy. And C, I don't have to buy gear. I know that it's going to get the right job done. I'm going to be happy with it. And all I've got to do is chuck it in a fucking box. So that suits me. Down to the ground does that. Perfectly happy with it. Yeah, so, you know, there's a few other bits I want doing. I want my NES RGB modding. I want my N64 RGB modding. And I also want the pause button mod doing on my Master System. Because I hate having the pause button on the console. It drives me up the wall. You've got to sit right next to it when you want to go to map screens on games and shit like that. Drives you up the wall. So that is like the one big thing I want doing first, in all honesty. So yeah, games room wise, we've got the Atari 7800. We've got this. Again, I've not really looked into this much. I know it's going to run most of my systems, but it won't run the three I've just mentioned, the NES, the N64, or the Atari 7800, because they're composite. So when I get them two RGB modded, it'll run them. But I am going to have to buy, I believe there's like a composite daughter board you can buy that hooks into this. I'm going to have to buy that to get my 7800 working on the big screen. So yeah, reason I didn't buy one of these before is I wasn't sure on my TV that I was going to buy. It was between three TVs basically, and one of them has very limited capacity of working with this. Now I did end up buying the LG, whatever it is, I can't remember, model, and it does work fully with this. People have already confirmed that it works fully with this. So, you know, happy with that. I was toying between buying this. What's the other one called? I can't remember what the other one's called. I'm going to buy the other one that I fucking used to have. I can't remember the name of it now. Japanese thing. Gone brain dead. I can't remember the name of the other one I was going to buy because I'm not buying it anymore, so my brain's just fucking got rid of that information. I'll write it down there, the other one I was going to buy. But the other one's got lag. And for me, that's worse than having good quality video. So the other one does put out better quality video from what I've seen. It costs a lot more, but it's got lag. I can't abide by lag. I just cannot cope with lag. Lag drives me fucking bonkers. So yeah, that's why I went with this one. Price wise, it's probably about the same when you're looking at all the bits and bats you've got to buy and everything else. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to have to get the daughter board for the composite system for the Atari. The others are all going to be RGB anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, we'll get that hooked up, see how that works, see how it looks, see how it plays. I'm not sure if I can just plug it in and leave it to do its thing, or whether I need to turn it on and change different settings for different consoles and stuff. So I'm hoping I can just turn it on, leave it to do its thing, and then it's just going to be hidden underneath with all the rest of my wires and shit. I don't really want to see it, in all honesty. But the fact that it's got a remote control included makes me think that I'm going to have to fuck around and change it about for different fucking consoles and stuff like that. We'll see, play with it. What else? On top of that, I've also ordered some like cables from what are called retro gaming cables. So yeah, doing a couple of upgraded cables I wanted for my systems. So I ain't got that plugged in yet. That's a SNES one. I've got one from my Master System as well. That's plugged in already, is that one. So yeah, I ain't even hooked my SNES up properly yet. I need a better plug socket for that one. So yeah, there is stuff going on in the background for my games room. There's just no major, man. Just, you know, little bits and bats here and there. Working away at it, trying to get the ultimate setup. You know, it's not always about buying loads of bits and bats. It's about fine-tuning it. So buying the better cables, doing some modifications to make it work better. Stuff like that. You know, it's not always about buying everything. Even though I still have spent a fucking lot of money on it. But yeah, I still really need to make a controller storage holder, because it's pissing me off, man. They're on top of here, they're over there, they're all stuffed in my unit all over the place, and guns as well. Light guns are all over the place. Literally like everywhere. They're like stuffed into wherever I can squeeze them at minute. So I do want to build some sort of gun rack as well. So there's some more builds coming up soon. Just got to get all my other shit done that I need to get done outside. So next job, I need to fix the little fucking... I've got a lawnmower, ride-on lawnmower. That's my next job, I need to fix that fucker. Will not start for loving the money, so I think it needs a carburetor. But I'll look at it. Anyway, that's it for this month's pickups and the game room update as well. Oh yeah, someone's mentioned, a few people have mentioned actually, you know, I've not been making as many videos. I know I'm putting like 2 videos a week out at one point, but it's just time, it really is. When it comes to summer, I tend to have a hell of a lot of jobs to do outside. There's loads of stuff need fixing. You know, it's an old place, I've got a lot of land to look after as well, and horses smash everything to pieces. So, you know, I'm always doing stuff. I'm always fixing stuff. And summer is the time I do it. So, I don't have as much spare time. And when I do have spare time, like on an evening, I don't really want to be making videos. I just want to be either playing games or watching movies. So, last few weeks I've been watching all the Bond movies. I've barely played any games. I've come up here, chilled out, still using the game room, but using it as a media room. I'm watching James Bond movies. So yeah, I've been working my way through them. You know, it is what it is. I can't always find the time to make loads of videos. And I ain't got much to talk about either when I've not been, you know, buying loads or getting heavily involved in playing games. So, you know, pointless making a video then, isn't it, if you've noticed it. So yeah, anyway, that's it for me this month, and I'll see you soon with another video. Probably a pickups video again next month. See ya!